Hello everyone. So in this recording we would be discussing on how to make your first SSRS report. So just to keep things very simple and to get started, we'll be using the wizard-based approach in which you kind of run through a couple of steps in a wizard and it makes a nice report for you, and we'll preview the report. And in the coming videos, what we'll do is we will take that report and manually customize it. We'll walk through some expressions, how to format your report, how to play around with table reports, matrix reports, and so on and so forth. So let me just quickly fire up my management studio and also my bits. Right. So connect to my instance. So this is the same instance which we installed and which is demonstrated in the previous video, and we'll be using the AdventureWorks database for our demos. So just making sure that we have all the databases over here. All right, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up my business intelligence development studio and I'm going to create a new project. Now there is this new project wizard that pops up and you see that there are two options. One is you can create a report server project wizard and a report server project. So we will be actually selecting the report server project wizard, and it's going to take us through a couple of steps in the wizard. And let me just change the location. Okay, and I'm going to call this as my first report, and this is going to be a wizard based, so I'll just use the name wizard. Now I'm going to click on OK. So once you click on OK, it basically creates a project for you, and immediately it pops up a small window and it takes you through a couple of steps, which basically will ask you things like a connection string, what data do you need, and you have to just type in the query, and then what should be the color of the report, some basic questions, and then it'll create a report for you. So this is like a very quick and dirty method of creating reports. So this is basically when you know what data you actually need to display in the report, and without any customizations you can just use this approach. But if you need more customizations and modifications, you're always welcome to open the report and kind of do those modifications. We will basically cover them in the coming videos. So this is just to keep it super simple. So I'm going to click on next, and then I'm going to create a new data source. Let me call this as AdventureWorks DB, and I'm going to set my connection string. So it's okay, and then let me choose AdventureWorks database. Perfect. So the second one is basically, it's asking me what is the query that you need to specify in order to get the data, and that should be kind of displayed in the report. So either you can type in the query over here, or I'm going to use the query builder. So this is more like a GUI based query builder. So let me just add a couple of tables, or maybe just at least one table. Let me add the sales territory. All right, so I'm going to choose a couple of columns, and you can add more tables to your report, and but just to keep it simple, I've added one table. I'm going to just execute this, and it's going to return to me a couple of rows, and this is what we're going to display in the report. So this looks fine. I'm going to click OK. I'm going to click next, and then next it asks me should it be a tabular report or a matrix report. I'm going to just keep it as tabular, and then basically it basically asks you how should the table look like and how should you group the data. So let me just okay, I'm going to click on next, and then I'm not going to click on anything over here. The step top looks good, and then here it asks you to choose a couple of table styles. So red looks good. I'm going to click on next, and then basically it asks you where do you actually want to deploy this. So you could give like a deployment location. Let me see, this should in my case. Let me just quickly open up SQL configuration tools. Oops, actually I should have selected reporting services configuration. Okay, now let me just check the report manager URL in this. Okay, it's report server underscore SSRS Express. Okay, and this is where I need to deploy this. That looks good. I'm going to click on next, and I'm going to name this report as my first report. So when I click on finish, it's going to create a report for me, and basically kind of makes a table for you and then sets the color accordingly as you have set it. If I just click on the preview tab, it's going to create a report for me. Click on next. So this is basically displaying on as per the grouping that I have selected. So you see that you made a very simple report using the wizard. Of course, you can go to the design view and customize this as required. You can change the groupings and so on and so forth. But those things we would be discussing in some further videos, and then we'll also have a video in which we'll take you through how to deploy this report on the report server and then view it via Internet Explorer or something like that. So see you in the next video for more customized reports. Thank you.